There I am. Hi there. It's Kevin, and today I am going to be playing Realm of the Mad God. Let me do a couple updates here. Let's see. Is that right? Yes. That update. Yes, that. I'll get this all down someday. Get it all figured out. Yes, I'm not hosting. That's set correctly. Want to update that. Wow, that worked. Yay! Alright, that looks good. Let me just check. Yep, the video looks fine. Refresh that. Sorry, I'm not a pro streamer yet. Alright. Hey, mister! And hello, Laurel. Wow. I didn't expect to actually be seeing anybody in stream today. Alright, let's get my game front and center. And I think... Okay, I got some sort of a notification there. What was that? Oh, thank you, Dolphin, for the retweet. No life. Well, I'm streaming, so I think I win the No Life award. I am doing just fine today. I missed streaming on Sunday, and I was gonna do a makeup stream. Oh, thank you for the retweet, Laurel. I was gonna do a makeup stream on Monday, and I just never got around to it. So I am doing a makeup stream. So I say, don't drop your garbage in the Nexus. I think I've said that in my previous Realm of the Mad God stream. What I just dropped there was not garbage, in case anybody was wondering. Those were very useful potions that I just dropped. And as you can tell, somebody picked them up already, so... So there, not garbage. And if anybody is wondering about... Oh, I got here just as the realm closed, apparently. So I guess we will be going to Oryx's castle, which is a dangerous, nasty place where I have died many times. But the text at the bottom there, I will suffer no blah blah blah. That is Oryx saying that all of his defenders in this realm have been killed, and if we click this drop down, defeat 0 remaining heroes of Oryx. Yeah, so... And when that happens, he closes the realm. He doesn't let anybody else come in. And he gives warnings. He gives a couple of warnings. And then he teleports everybody to his castle, which is, as I said, nasty and dangerous and scary and, a place where I have had characters die many times. So... Sometimes I just leave when that happens, when he closes the realm, but I think I will at least try, even though I am on a server that I tend to have a bit of lag on. Oh, there's a beach again. I don't want to go to the beach. So that makes it even more dangerous, that I could go from fully hit pointed to dead without noticing it due to lag, but... Wow, that's a little loud. Hopefully it's not too loud for everybody else. This needs a larger inventory system. So it's got, you start out with the pouch, which is what you're seeing right here. You can add a backpack if you get a backpack. They're not super easy to get, but they're kind of easy to get. And you have a vault with many chests in it. You start out with one chest that you can that is open. Oh, this shaking and that text means we are about to all be sent to Oryx's castle. Anyway, and you can buy with real money, unfortunately, more open chests in your vault to store stuff. So let me turn on auto fire. Where am I? I am not in, there we are. Yeah, it gets very bullet hell like. Anyway, so I have a ton of stuff stored in my vault. And there are also what they call gift chests for things that you can get. Yeah. Because everybody from that little island just shows up here, so that's why there's all of these people. Firing at once, and you can see people are dying. Lots of monsters. They're all very nasty. Wow, I'm talking really loud because the volume on this game is kind of set high, I think. I should probably do something about that. And if I were a real streamer, I would know what to do, but yeah, I don't seem to be taking much damage. I am... Oh! Oh my. Okay, all you guys need to die. I keep getting what's called quieted, which basically sucks all your magic points away. Otherwise, I'd probably be trying to do my job as a priest and healing people. But... And I really shouldn't be wasting all... Oh, yeah, somebody just died. Probably cursing me because I wasn't healing them. Alright, yeah, these guys are not dropping anything worthwhile. Yeah. Alright, well, let's see if we can actually get to where the real combat is happening. Which is up in here. Okay. Well, I got here just in time for one of the big nasties in this area to die. And I'm paralyzed. I am leaving. Wow. I know I was talking really loud, but the volume on the game was way too loud. I need to do something about that. Let's see now. No, that's not going to do it. All right, I need to... Here. Sound. Play sound effects. Volume. There. That should help me. So anyway, as I was saying about the inventory, you can see the potential for lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots. These brown chests are regular inventory chests. And I have paid money to this game in the past. It was a long time ago, but so I have plenty of inventory space. And then you can get, if you go to this daily quest room, you can get gifts. And the gifts show up in these gold and blue chests. So I have a whole bunch of accumulated stuff in these chests as well, like this loot tier potion, this lucky clover, and various stat potions as well. But yeah, the amount you can carry, normally 8, 16 if you've added a backpack, is kind of wimpy. Those are not chests. Well, I think of them as chests about like this. So, yes, they can hold 8 potions, or the same chest can hold, where is it? So 8 complete suits of armor. Or, I don't know if the potions are just and these are just sort of like medallions that you get when you defeat particular monsters. The dungeon boss monster for the snake pit gives the Mark of Stheno, for instance. But yes, so it's either 8 potions or 8 suits of armor. They apparently expand to fit 8 of whatever, which doesn't make any sense, but there's a lot of games like that have bizarre inventory systems where your character can hold, 16 bazookas or whatever. Alright. No, I'm going to go over here. Well, this game is, I don't know what, 9 years old. So, video. I tried to stop making sense of video game inventory systems in the 90s, really, because none of them make sense. And it's not that they've suddenly started making sense either, mostly. Some of them make a little bit more sense than this one, but yeah. And of course, I'm not happy with the fact that you have to spend money. I don't think you can get extra open usable chests in your vault without spending real-world money. But I've been playing this game for now over 7 years, so I felt I owed it a little bit of money at least. And this was a couple of years ago when I actually spent money on it. Alright, back to the chat. You lower in-game sound and balance your mic levels to match. That is what I would do. You're really talking about... Man, this isn't World of Warcraft. Ear trumpet application does wonders. Alright. Yes, making a Kevin is old joke. Wait a minute. I should be going towards... Well, I wanted to be going towards the Midlands and Highlands, and apparently I am not. Because I encountered a few Midlands monsters, and now it's back to the Lowlands. Anyway, so hopefully I'm not talking as loud anymore. Now that I've properly dropped the volume on this. Yeah, this game is definitely showing its age. It's written as a Flash game, and the developers know that means it's not long for this world, and they're working on developing. Oh, what's this up here? They're working on developing a Unity client for it, so hopefully at some point it will get a major revamp. That coil snake did not drop a dungeon entrance. I was hoping it would do that. Alright. I'm in the Midlands now. Yay! Slightly tougher monsters. Yep. Ooh! Spider Den. which I like the Spider Den. I mean the Windows app that helps separate application sound levels, but yet you do need a... Yes, I do need an ear trumpet from the 1800s so that I can hear better. Alright. 'Cause I'm an old man. Not quite 1800s old, but, you know. Yeah, the only thing I don't like about the Spider Den is that Arachna does this web spin thing which causes an enormous amount of lag. And so I almost never can finish this dungeon because I get lag kicked at the end. I remember playing the alpha beta on Steam on this game. Yeah, there's you can play it via Congregate and you can play it via Steam, I think. And then I'm just using Flash Projector to run the Flash client right now. Shayna, hi. How are you doing? People, if you are not following Amazulu Gaming, that is a mistake. She is a great streamer and you should go follow her. I don't like the game. I didn't like the game when it first released. Wasn't too interested in pixel gaming. Yeah. I mean, for me, since, okay, I started playing on a Pong system. My first video game system was a Pong system, so way back. But the first one that I did a whole lot of gaming of different games on was a Commodore 64, and this kind of gives me nostalgia flashbacks to a lot of those games. In fact, I last year I bought a what was called a C64 Mini just so I could play Commodore 64 games. It's like I'm back in the 80s again. The baseball game, let's see, Sunday I believe we lost, unfortunately. I had a fun time at the game, but yeah, the fact that we lost was not that good. And in fact, so one of the reasons, in addition to missing stream on Sunday, that I am streaming Realm of the Mad God right now, Shayna, is because tomorrow I'm going to another baseball game, and I'm going when I would normally be streaming Realm of the Mad God tomorrow. So I will not be doing an early afternoon or early evening for you Realm of the Mad God stream tomorrow, and I'm sorry about that. I know you were thinking that you would be playing this with me tomorrow, but unless you're going to stay up until, well, let's see now, I'll probably be streaming tomorrow at like 5 p.m. my time, so 11 p.m. your time. And I will be streaming this, but it's, as I said, it's going to be a lot later than I had thought, because I had forgotten that I had another baseball game tomorrow afternoon. But I am streaming it now, and I am on the EU Southwest server, as a matter of fact. So if you wanted to join up with me, that could happen. Just let me know. Yeah, you'll probably be asleep. That's what I figured. Yes, there's always next week as well. I want to do a stream thing there. Oh, you're currently doing overtime at work? Bleh. Well, if I am still playing the game when you're done with your overtime, when you're done doing your work, let me know. I should be doing this for at least a few hours, a couple hours, 3 hours, I don't know. Alright. So this is the boss room. Sitting at the middle of this very large circular room is Arachna, and as soon as I wake her up, she's going to spin her really annoying web that causes me to lag out. I have yet, and I mean there have been times in the past when I've managed to kill her without lagging out. Oh my goodness! This is the first time in quite a while that I've managed it though. And she gave me a mediocre but not terrible ring and a couple of decent potions. I guess that's okay. But I'm happy that I finally managed to yeah, Mr. Amazulu Gaming is in the UK, so it is later in the evening for her. Ah, Phoenix. I like fighting phoenixes. But yeah, I can see, I mean, why some people would say, ooh, it's all pixely. Whereas for me, it's more like, cool, it's all pixely. It reminds me of when I used to game when I was in college. The video games that I played way back then. And for me, it's yeah, I don't know. I've played games with much worse visual representations than this. Obviously, if I was playing Pong, that's as a representation of I don't know what that was supposed to be. Ping pong, I guess, since it's called Pong. I always thought it kind of like tennis, but the name of Pong, it must have been ping pong, right? But without the ping. All right. Still kind of going in the direction that I saw it pointing to for the Phoenix, even though right now it's pointing at something else, but that's a Penteract, which is a much nastier thing to try and deal with. So oh, alright, so that's a Cyclops god. They are not quite as bad as Penteracts. I've killed quite a few Cyclops gods in the past. Stupid sprites. That little blue thing that's bouncing around. They move very fast. Oh, come on. Aim, Kevin, aim. So, oh no, it's disappeared. That's annoying. It usually means that somebody else got to it first and killed it. But this is in the direction of the Highlands. So purple bags tend to have better things than pink bags. Well, there's another Cyclops god that it wants me to go after. Nothing. That white little egg thing was a dragon's egg, from which a white dragon can appear if you crack it. There's another one right there. But sometimes there's nothing in them. And sometimes there's little baby white dragons, and other times there's great big, that sort of, I don't know, what is that, pink, lumpy thing? That. Fires those spheres that have the lines between them. Those also can cause a lot of lag, and can lag me out. Where is the, there, that. That, however, I wanted to kill. Oh. Didn't really give me much. They are called, so the lumpy thing is called an Urgle. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Got it! Okay, I want that. That is a Wakazashi? I don't know. It's the secondary weapon for the samurai characters in this game. You like games like this? Good. Well, we got to get you equipped so you can properly play. Haha. Alright, pink bag, not much in it. Ring of Superior Wisdom. Well, as a priest, I should value wisdom, but I don't value that ring very much. Okay, is there... Oh! Yeah. Okay, so the grayish, sort of robotic-looking thing is what was spawning all those little tiny blue things. And I am going to pick this up because there should be a chest here that I can drop a bunch of stuff into. I'm going to drop, no, this and this, because I don't want either of those. I really don't need, I've already got a tier 3 cloak. Let's see. I was a huge fan of sports games when I was a kid on the PS1, PS2, SSX, Cool Borders, GT series, and FS series. Then mid-2000s you transitioned to very violent games like Mortal Kombat and shooters, Call of Duty, Battlefield, Splinter Cell, Hitman. Late 2000s you went to RPG, you got back into World of Warcraft, RuneScape, GW Terra, and etc. After 2010, the games you played varied depending on the content. Gonna lurk for a bit. Okay, Shayna, enjoy your lurk. After 2010, start the era of release broken games, make you pay to fix it with DLCs. That's kind of a problem, but alright, you need to die. There. Usually there's not a breach in the wall of these things, but alright. So right now I'm in what they call the Highlands. Highlands have the nastier monsters in them, so you gotta watch yourself. Oh, there's a purple bag there. Something died and left me a purple bag. And there's another purple bag. Got to get to those bags before they fade away, because they don't last forever. Alright, that's a T3. Tier 3 trap, which is for a huntress. There's another Tier 3 ring. And another Tier 3 cloak. And that chest is full. And it's full of stuff that I don't need. Alright, well, I'll just carry this stuff around until... Cower in fear of my lord of the lost lands. How about I just don't go visit him? Alright. Tier 7 armor? I'll pick it up. Tier 6 armor and a healing potion. Nope. So the squid-faced guy is what makes all the smaller pink guys. Do I need one of these? I think I might need one of those. What do I have that I can just drop? I think I will drop that. I am invincible. All my 3 liches still stand. Yeah, sure, whatever, dude. Does this game have stores to sell your junk to? No. It has a trading system, and it has stores that you can buy more junk from, but no, you can't sell your stuff. So yes, I can trade with other players in order to get rid of stuff, but most people do not want any of this stuff that I've been picking up. They certainly don't want like tier 6 and tier 7 armor and weapons. They don't want tier 3 ability items or rings. What they almost exclusively want are top tier... No, I don't need a tier 3 tome. Top tier weapons, armor, ability items, and rings. And what was I saying? Oh, so they want top tier of this stuff, and then potions that increase stats. Stat increase potions. So nothing from any of these kind of lesser monsters. Even though I'm in what's called the Highlands, these are sort of the wimpier areas of the Highlands. There's a tougher area called the Godlands, where you can come up against a lot of super tough monsters. I mean, they're not the toughest things. Some of the dungeon bosses are tougher, but they do in the Godlands. If you do what is called farming gods, you can get ability increase potions, stat increase potions, whatever you want to call them, and people want those. So yeah, none of this. I'm collecting stuff like this mainly, well, this because I might want to play a samurai again, and I don't have a tier 3. I can't remember what it's called, Wakazashi or Wakazishi or whatever. But that's the ability item for, yeah, I don't need that, the samurai. So at some point I will go back to my, oh, there's a god. We have entered the Godlands. Come on. Got her. That was a Medusa, which is one of the tougher. Alright, well that's a crummy drop. Yeah, this sort of gash here is kind of an indicator that we're in the Godlands, as a matter of fact. So, what's in this? Nothing that I care about. Alright, unpleasant gods, why are you not chasing me? Well, because you're chasing all those guys. Wow. And I am tough enough right now, I can handle individual gods. Unfortunately, when you go to the Godlands, what you tend to get is just massive groups of them. Wait for it. Sometimes because of lag, the things that get dropped by these gods or by the monsters don't show up right away. If you trade, what do you get in return for those items? Well, like I said, nobody wants any of this stuff. But if you go to, what is it, realmi.com, I think it is, they have a trading board. Hey, God drop. Well, okay, so let's get rid of that. I am not sure. I'm going to go back to my vault because what MMO doesn't allow you to sell stuff? Hey, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. It just, as far as I know, it doesn't. But yeah, so for instance, I could trade these potions of speed, which permanently increases that, and obviously so if you see it yellow on here, it means I've maxed out that stat, so I can't use those speed potions anymore. But people would be willing to trade me other potions or high tier items for enough speed potions. Alright, so I am looking in my vault to see. There's another speed potion. I kind of like tier 3 defense rings. I prefer higher tier defense rings, but whatever. Okay, so I already have a tier 4 wind circle, which is Shuriken, the ability item used by ninja class people. Do I already have... I've already got a tier 3 cloak, and I have a tier 4 trap, so I am going to... Wait, but what do I have for... Yeah, I thought so. I have a tier 2 for... No, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to do this. There. So, I'm throwing this away. I'm throwing that away. I'm throwing that away. I'm throwing that away. Tier 4 is good enough. I want to save it. Do I have any open slots in my vault? What did I throw in there? Okay. Oh, there's another speed potion. I should probably put that with here. I'm going to put this here and then swap those two and those two, so my speed potions are together. And there. Yes, exciting inventory management. Oh, I wanted to look to see what my highest... I already have a T6. T6 katana, do not need. What I would like is a T7. So what do we have here? This, plus 12 defense, plus 2 dexterity, plus 11 defense, but plus 3 dexterity and plus 3 speed. So I think I am going to drop that in the... Oh, and that's a T3. But I already have a T4 of that, so I'm going to throw that away as well. Okay, back to the Nexus. Anyway, so what you can get varies by what people want when you're trading. Somebody might desperately want a defense potion, and they're willing to give you, say, 4 speed potions for it. Nobody is required to have a particular trade. You can offer what you want and accept what you want. But yeah, none of this stuff is really tradable. Nobody wants to go out of their way to get that. Man, I will hook you up. Oh, okay. Okay, the way I play, what is that? Rydaleen? The way I play Realm of the Mad God is very weird. I'm a weird person. I will admit this. I play almost as if this is a single-player game. I don't really do much in the way of trading, and I don't really want donations. Whenever I do a dungeon, it's almost always solo. For the longest time, nobody I knew played this game, so I didn't play with anybody. I have a guild, which I'm the only member of. So, thank you for the offer to hook me up. I certainly appreciate it. But you've run into someone who's just so weird that unless I actually know you in real life, or maybe as a streamer. There's a person who was in the chat just a bit ago, Amazulu Gaming, and I have been following her on Twitch for literally years. And even though I don't know her in real life, I am willing to. I'd be willing to play with her, let her join my guild, and that sort of thing. But I'm just way too shy. Which is a weird thing to say for a Twitch streamer, that I'm so shy that wow, that's a lot of goblins. Where did all these goblins come from? Anyway, but I certainly appreciate the offer to hook me up. And if I ever stop being so weird about playing with other people, I would, yes, take advantage of that offer, but I don't know that that's ever going to happen. Maybe if Amazulu Gaming far outdistanced me in this game and she said, hey, I've got all of these great items that I could give you, I'd be willing to take some from her, but I don't know. I'd always be worried, oh, this person is going to expect something, this, that, whatever, or I don't really know this person, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, I am just a weirdo. Let me summarize by saying I am a weirdo. There's nothing wrong with that. I play WoW like that. Every MMO I play SB, solo player. Single player? Well, just PM'd RID if you want some. Just PM RID if you want some. Yeah, okay. If I want something, RYD, I will send you a message. Oh, and as I said, thank you very much for the offer. I do appreciate it. But as you can probably see from my equipment, and yeah, I wouldn't call my strategy successful, but it's the way I play. It's kind of like setting a difficulty setting too. I play in a way that makes it more difficult for me. Well, that's fine, I guess. I do not criticize other people's method of play, and I hope that other people don't criticize my very weird. Okay, you know, I don't consider weird to be an actual criticism. It's more of just a statement of fact. So if someone were to say, wow, that's weird the way that Kevin plays Realm of the Mad God, I would acknowledge that and say, yeah, that's a fair statement. But yeah. I have made it to Orange Star playing this way, even with the terrible gear that I have. So that's not nothing. I mean, I wouldn't say it's a brag, because it's like saying I'm mediocre. I'm sort of in the middle there. I'm not yellow or white star, obviously. And I have played off and on. I tend to play in spurts. I have played off and on for, I just saw this the other day, 7 years plus a couple of days now. I really don't need a tier 2 ring of whatever that was. So, while you can't, getting back to the not being able to sell your stuff, well, you can't sell your stuff really. You can trade it away, and if it has a high feed power, you'll see that, for instance, at the bottom of the description there it says feed power 35. That's not high. If it has a high feed power, you can feed it to your pets. You'll notice there's like a little leprechaun following me around. That's a pet. You can feed it to your pets and make your pets stronger. So even if it's not a useful item, there are some items, for instance, that are completely useless. Okay, maybe not completely, but I mean, there's like the robe of Tlatoani, which I can't imagine anyone really wanting to use. But it has a high feed power, so that's something you can say, I am going to feed that to my pet and make him stronger. Yes, pets eat magic items in this game. So I actually did not get lagged out the last time I went into a spider den here. So I'm hoping that, and that's the first time that's happened in a long time. I've been getting lagged out a lot in spider dens at the end recently. I'm hoping that's an indication that this time I won't get lagged out as well. That yay, it's a potion that I don't need. And another potion that I don't need. there's nothing really, there's no treasure in the spider den anymore that I really want, but as opposed to snake pits. I've done a few snake pits recently, and those have some decent treasure in them. Even though this particular character is maxed on speed, which is speed potions are one of the main things you go into Snake Pit for. But one of the things you get is pretty much a constant stream. If you're advancing, you get a pretty much constant stream of monsters. Wow. Which are worth a lot of experience points. And I am trying to get this character up to max fame. Well, maybe not max fame, but up to 2,000 fame, because that gives me 2 more stars, which is mostly just about bragging rights, I guess. When I said something about orange star, you get 45 class quest stars, and that gives you orange star. Anyway, but right now I'm at 351 out of 800 is the next star level for me. So I'm just grinding experience points right now. Plus I like soloing dungeons. And this is an easy one to solo, except for at the end where I get lag kicked a lot. I've not been paying attention to... well, not much chat has been going on, so that's fine, I guess. Yeah, when I first started playing this game, this dungeon seemed very, very tough. Now, it is not. As long as you pay attention, you can usually figure out how to dodge and not take much in the way of damage. Plus the weapon that I'm using will go through opponents and continue damaging opponents past them. So all of these clusters are not that scary anymore. Clusters of opponents, because I know they will be dead soon. I must be to the boss room again. Yay! Oh. I like, so the dark are sort of like unexplored areas. You can see I'm sort of clearing the darkness in the room. That helps reduce lag, and that is why I am doing that. So, once again, let's see if we can not get lag kicked here. Haha! Yay! And that is really, really weak treasure. Sometimes that you get what are called untiered items from Arachna, none of which I really want right now, but let's see. Yes. I should go back and drop off. Alright, once again, I want to say, don't drop your trash in the Nexus. It's irritating. But This is not trash that I am dropping. Somebody might want these. I mean, not enough to trade for them, but that probably someone would only want to feed to their pet, but still not exactly trash. Anyway, so healing potions. Hey, you want a healing potion? I just dropped a bunch in the Nexus. Alright. If you remember that sort of long red gash in the ground where we encountered Godlands, that red demon, that long red gash is the home of a red demon. And the game is saying, hey, there's a red demon that you could go kill. Yeah, they're kind of tough. Alright. Come out from the trees, you annoying golem, you. Yes. Yes, character, I know. You were being slightly injured repeatedly. It was terrible. Alright. We are gonna take on this Ent Ancient. But we're not gonna pump him up. This is what... It's an evaluation enemy. He'll look at how much damage you do and respond appropriately. So if you do a lot of damage, he'll send out a bunch of nastier small beasts. I did not do a lot of damage, so he's just sending tiny little trees at me. That's just a dragon that wandered by and dropped garbage, basically. No, I don't need a tier 7 staff. The Ent Ancient used to drop nothing that I cared about, but sometime in the last year or so, it started dropping an entrance to a dungeon. And I don't remember what exactly the dungeon's called, but it's like a forest dungeon with a bunch of like sprites and fairies and such. So I'm even more interested in them than I was before. Plus they dropped some sort of medium level treasure. So that's nice. Alright. Okay, I think that person is speaking in French. Do not speak French. Ooh! Wow. This is... Oh! So that... I triggered a Kage Kame. These sort of cemetery areas are their homes. But there's just way too much extra stuff laying around, running around in here, which I want to deal with first, and then I will get to the Kage Kame. Alright, is that useful? No. Is that useful? No. Alright. Hello, Mr. Kage Kame. Whoa. Kage Kames are kind of tough. You can hear it making that weird sort of sound. No, get out of here. I don't need you right now, Gollum. You shall pay. Do you take PayPal? Oh, not the kind of payment he's talking about. All right, where did he go? Is he down here? Ah, there he is. And so I took out a Kage-Kame in my last stream, and it dropped a Manor of the Immortals. And where'd you go? Which is a higher level dungeon. And as I said in that stream, fear you, yes. No. Where'd you go? Yeah, he can fly, so there are periods where he's pretty much invincible. I think maybe there are attacks that can still harm him, but when he's in that form... Where'd you go? There. Okay, so he's dead now. And he's dropped a Manor of the Immortals. T8, maybe? Let's go. So I said the last stream, when I went into a Manor of the Immortals, that I had never completed one and hadn't even gotten very far in one before. But last time I did a clear and got all the way to the boss room before I had to flee. So let's see how well we do this time on our Manor of the Immortals solo. And I think I could have done better. I made the mistake of actually entering the boss room. I think if I'd stayed out of the boss room but fired into it, because as a priest I have a very long-range weapon, this wand that I'm using, I might have done better. I don't know if I would have been able to finish the boss off, Lord Ruthven, but who knows? Maybe. So I'm going to try it again, is what I'm saying. I'm going to try to solo clear a Manor of the Immortals. And I do think I got some treasure out of it that I wanted. Some of the tougher monsters in here will give you decent treasure. Whoa, stupid bat. Hate confuse attacks. Oh, I looked at chat for a moment, and one of those, I think that's a werewolf, rushed me. They are very fast and nasty, nasty, nasty. I need to pay attention. So I will probably not be looking at chat again while I am in here. And I apologize for that. I do think that interacting with chat is an important part of me streaming. But right now, I have very little experience with the Manor of the Immortals, and so it's going to take a lot of concentration if I'm going to solo it, even with the benefits of being a priest, which means I can heal myself, and I've got a tier 4 vitality ring, which means that I recover, plus I have a pumped up my vitality a little bit. I recover health fairly quickly, plus I have a pet that does healing. So altogether, I have some benefits here, but my gear is sort of middling. Definitely not impressive to anybody who's played the game a lot. Oh! So last time I kept shooting at these bookcases because I knew that there were destructible bookcases and none of them responded. Well, here we go. Actual destructible bookcases this time. Alright. I think there might be something interesting back behind here. Oh! Number Z is asking where you at, like server. My server I am on because I was interested in possibly playing with Amazulu Gaming. I am on her default server, which is EU Southwest. Yes. Anyway, so if you are... How long have I been playing? Just a little over 7 years. Hey. Anyway, so that's the server I'm on. My default server, the one that I have played on the most, is US Midwest 2. Okay, so that decided to disintegrate and leave nothing. That's annoying. Did not drop a fairy dust. What did it drop? Holy water, yeah. Nice one. Yes, it is my only good thing, really. The only thing I have that's even marginally impressive. I don't even remember where I got it, but it's untiered, so I must have gotten it somewhere. Certainly, yeah. But yes, it's a nice wand. It does good damage and is what is it? Piercing is the name of the thing where it goes through your opponents and hits more opponents. Oh, dude. You're hiding around a corner. Stop hiding around corners. Where'd you come from? Alright. T6. I do not need an obsidian dagger. That is something I do not need. Alright, so none of these. I didn't even see that bat. I don't know where it came from. Stupid annoying bats. Oh, a T7 robe. Well, I don't really need a T7 robe, but I'll pick it up. Yes. As I've said in my previous Realm of the Mad God stream, there was a time when I was able to switch when I got confused to properly move, and then because I play in spurts, I didn't play for months and months and months, and I lost that skill and I haven't regained it. So bats are super annoying to me is what I'm saying, because they confuse you. Alright, I believe I have cleared this room. On to the next room. Slowly and surely. Yes, this will eventually be known as the stream where Kevin clears Manors of the Immortals. Because it takes forever to do this the way I'm doing it. And oh, come on, dude. Where'd you go? There you are. Got you. Alright, so none of you. Oh! So you are destructible. Well, that's disappointing. I thought that was going to lead me to something, but it just led me to the center of the room. I guess I was not looking at the map. Alright, how about you? Any of you destructible? Apparently not. Well, that's kind of disappointing. I thought I had found something, but only because I was unobservant enough. Whoa, dude. There, take that, nasty creature. To not notice that that was just the center of the room. Unobservant enough to not notice that that was just the center of the room. Come on. I'm supposed to be shooting things, not just shooting at. I should leave that. You mean I should leave the dungeon? But I'm having fun. I have not yet gotten bored with doing you have something for me. Well, thank you for the offer. I just explained this to somebody else. I am a very weird person in quite a lot of ways. But one of the ways that I'm weird is the way that I play Realm of the Mad God. I play it almost like it's a single-player game. So, thank you for the offer, but I'm going to decline and say No thanks. Oh, great. Whatevs, yes. I mean, I'm not criticizing people who accept gifts, donations, whatever, from other people. And I certainly do appreciate the offer. But I am going to continue having fun trying to clear this Manor of the Immortals. Come on. If I actually succeed this time, it will be my first solo clear of Manor of the Immortals, because the last time I got to the boss room and Lord Ruthven made me run away. I would like to get a Manor clear. Well, I have one of those. I don't really need another one, but... Alright. Can't remember. Is Manor of the Immortals one of the dungeons you need for Tunnel Rat? What did you drop? Another obsidian dagger, which I don't need. Whoop! Alright, I heard something drop. Where did it drop? Apparently not in this room. Oh, it was just the stupid dagger again. Alright. That's not destructible. Why are you even trying, Kevin? Man, the Manor of the Immortals is a large dungeon. There are a lot of rooms. Okay, I think I can turn that off for a bit. Uh-huh. Yes. Whoop. A bat that I apparently hadn't cleared. So, let's zoom out. Is that the original room? I think it is. Whoop. Stupid bat. No, the original room is over there to the left. I'm going to turn you back on because there's stuff coming at me. Auto fire! Oh, it's another one of those that, oh. Has a destructible center to the room. Well, I think that monster was trapped in there, so at least it gives me that. Quack. Kind of like that quack sound that they make as they die. Alright, so you're the only thing left here. Alright. I believe that none of you are destructible. Whoop! Alright. On to the next room. There are, yeah, well, there's a bat. Oh, there you are. Whoa! I accidentally clicked on the other window there for a moment. That was annoying and scary. Alright, continuing on. Yeah, I think my pet actually just killed one of those bats. That's another thing that this particular pet does is, in addition to healing me, he will do monster attacks on monsters. Alright. Come on. So, what's over here? Did I destroy it? Guess not. That did. Okay. Alright. Yeah, the thing about playing the priest is you spend a lot of time shooting at things you can't see because you're kind of weak. I mean, you have terrible armor. Even the best priest armor isn't very good. And you have this very long-range weapon. So you almost have to kind of tell what you're figure out what you're shooting at by what sound they make when you hit them. Some things will rush at you, like those bats. But yeah. All right, come on. So yeah, if I clear this, I mean, wow. First, it will be the first manor clear ever for me, and as I said, I had been failing to get Arachna killed because I kept getting lag kicked, so this will be a good session for me, a good play session for me. I'm not saying that I am going to clear. But I'm hopeful. Because I think if I don't make the same mistake I made last time, which was actually entering the room, if I stay out and just shoot into the room, that maybe, just maybe, I will be able to take out Ruthven. What's in here? Ooh, a T4. Wakizashi. Yes, that is what it is. It's a Wakizashi. And I do not have a T4 Wakizashi at all. I think I said before that, yes, some of the monsters here can drop some decent treasure. That, from my perspective at least, is decent treasure. Because I don't have one. don't also have a tier 5, tier 6, or untiered Wakizashi. That will be my best Wakizashi. Anything else want to come out of this room? No. All right. I think that that's the boss room. I'm not positive about that, but I just have a feeling, so I am going to do a little bit more clearing before I... That was a double quack. I'm not sure what that was about. Leaving. Alright, well. Oh, my goodness. Oh. I got confused, ran into the room instead of out of the room, and it was bad. So, no complete clear of a Manor of the Immortals for me today, I guess. So, what do we got? That we don't need that tier 8 because we have that. There's the tier 3 Wakizashi that I have, so we are going to do that. Actually, the way I want to do it is I have my inventory management system. Move it over with the rest of the tier 4s in there. A tier 7. We do not need a tier 7. I'm getting rid of that tier 3. That's in the backpack. We don't even need it. Let's see, what do we have for robes? We have 2 tier 9s. Let's keep that tier 8. So we are going to move this to here, that to there, and that to there. And do we have a slot where... No. Don't really have any place to put that tier 7, so we're going to drop that. That. We do have a tier 4, yes, a tier 4 time lock orb. I am going to dump some stuff. Some people might call it trash, but maybe somebody wants it as treasure. I don't know. So, tier 7. Anybody want a free tier 7 armor? How about that free tier 7 armor? How about a tier 3 ability item? No? How about a tier 4 ability item? Oh. Alright. Do not need a tier 3 spell. Even as a thank you gift for dropping whatever I just dropped. Back to the vault, because inventory management is exciting. Okay, it's not really. Okay, I got a holy water. Is there anything in here that I just don't want at all? I mean, not even as like pet food. I don't think so. I mean, I got stuff that I want to keep. Yeah, see, I even have a tier 4 just sitting there. In addition to that tier 4 spell. I got 2 tier 4 spells in here. Now that doesn't say soulbound, but the last time I tried to drop it, it dropped in a purple bag, which I think means that nobody else sees it. The fairy dust. Wow! It's like a whole bag of mid-tier stuff and a crappy ring. Somebody else thought, hey, maybe somebody needs some of this mid-tier stuff. Starting players might like it. Well, someday I'll finish a Manor of the Immortals. Probably not today, since they're a rare enough dungeon. I don't think I'll be finding it anytime soon. What I'd kind of like to find is a snake pit, but because I like soloing those. I've done many successful solos of snake pits. At least a couple with this character, if I'm remembering correctly, but I could go back to the Nexus and find the count, but do not feel like taking the time to do that. The count specifically for this character, that is, of snake pits I've completed. I think I might have, yeah, I might have duoed one snake pit on this character, or that might have been the previous character that I had been playing, the samurai. Hello, Death Mage! You used to be scary. Now you're not. Yeah, there's so many of these monsters that when I very first started out, I thought were scary. Now, much less so. Gangs of gods are scary. Some dungeon bosses are scary. Getting confused in a dungeon was scary just now. Alright, so here's the road to the Highlands. There must be an Urgle somewhere nearby. I just saw those lines that shoot out from the spheres that the Urgle tosses off. Hate Urgles, hate them. Alright, don't need that, don't need that. Oh good, yes. So yes, I'm getting near to Godlands. Woo! We shouldn't be that excited, because I do not like large groups of gods, but I am happy to attack them on an individual basis. What's over here? Whoa! Lots of gods, apparently. Need that. Your last Phoenix Lord will blacken my bones, huh? Somehow I doubt that. Phoenix Lords are not that tough. Whoa! Let's enter a sprite world! It has been a very long time since I have... Yes, the glowing cow... Since I've done a sprite world. Whoa! Something is down there. Come on, die. Gotcha. Yes, there's a pattern to these things making you, spin around, go around, back and forth and such. But it's been so long since I've been in a sprite world that I do not remember what the patterns are. Oh, another sprite. Ouch. Okay. What's that? Nothing I care about, and nothing I care about. Got him. Well, this is a little different. It is a very different kind of dungeon. And so these colored areas make you go in particular directions. I'm not doing this walking. It's like a conveyor belt or something like that. Whereas the sort of white, gray square areas do not make you go in particular directions. And the whole area is filled with these stupid sprites. You run into some of these kinds of sprites in the realm outside of the dungeons, but they're very dodgy creatures. They move around very fast. I think, yeah, that is one of the tougher ones. That is obviously Limon, the sprite goddess, the toughest creature in here. Let's see, did all of that. And then I need to go down into the right. So yeah, bear with me. Oh my goodness, something is shooting a lot from down there. Anyway, as I have not done one of these in a very long time, I will probably mess up at points. It's quite possible I might have to flee this dungeon as well. I don't think I have... Oh! Gank. Alright. Maybe actually shooting in the directions of the monsters would be a good idea, Kevin. Oh, thank you, Kevin, for that wonderful idea. Alright. Healing yourself once in a while might be good too. Well, they keep quieting me, so that's a little harder. Quieting being the term for sucking all of your magic points out of you so you cannot cast spells. Or do abilities, whatever you want to call it. Very nice ganking sound. You're dead. You make that sound. Oh, there's two of you in here. Were two of you. Was. Kevin. Yes, I'm quieted and damaged. But fortunately, my leprechaun can heal me. I have reasonably decent vitality. So, not a terrible problem. Have you tried circling, Kevin? Yes, but I keep forgetting it. Alright. One thing you can be thankful for, it won't make you drop off into space. You'll notice the edges of, outside the edges of these platform areas, it's space. Those are stars. Alright. So, that's completed. Can't remember what there's decent, yeah, great, decent stuff you can get from here. I don't remember what it is. There's a kind of crummy wand you can get. But I think there's something good that you can get as well. In many of these higher level dungeons, the thing you're after are stat potions. And I think this is one of those dungeons where the boss monster will drop something, and I don't remember what it is. Like I said, I haven't done a sprite world in a very long time, so it's probably speed, which is the one that I don't need because I've done a number of snake pits and I've maxed out the speed for at least this character. I have other characters I haven't maxed out their speed yet, but this character cannot benefit from speed potions anymore. All right. So where do we go from here? Turning you off for a moment so I can. So over and up a little bit is where the boss monster is. So sort of in that area, maybe. No, right there. There it is. I can see the red dot on the map. But I haven't explored down here yet. Oh wait, that's not connected, so that's not going to help. Only place I can really go is into this room and see what we can go to from there. Alright. Alright, we're turning you back on. Whoa! Boss monster! Okay. And I did not expect to meet the boss monster quite so soon. Did I just defeat? No, that was just a minion of the boss monster. Wow. You are firing a lot of shots. I'm running away a lot because, well, that's just the way I am. I don't think I can actually injure. Something happened. No, I don't want to be there. There's a lot of things getting shot at me. All right. Whoa! Do not stand there. Bad. Very bad. I have barely touched the boss monster. Yeah, this monster is one of those that has phases that it goes through, so and I, of course, do not remember the phases, so I'm kind of fighting blind here. But I can tell it spawns all of these little star things that do a lot of shooting. Well, when I said before I hadn't even touched it, I've touched it now, but that's all. I haven't done more than touch it. It's still in the green for health. Yeah, I have a feeling it's like at the center of the room where I can't shoot it from here. During that phase. Yeah, get off of there. Yeah, it also has an armor phase where you can't damage it at all. You can't damage those things either. You got this. I'm pooped now. I've been working since 8 a.m. It's now 10 p.m. Wow. That's a long day. Well, I hope you got lots of... Oh, it's in the orange now. Good. Yeah, I do think I have it, actually, in the sense that I think I'm going to be able to beat this boss monster, as opposed to the Manor of the Immortals, which I have never successfully soloed. I have successfully soloed these sprite worlds before. Yeah. I know how those days are too. As a software engineer, occasionally you will get crunch times, and your boss will be like, well, just get it done. And I'm like, what? Especially when I was young, when I was first starting out and didn't feel that I could say no. I'd be in there for 16 hours trying to debug something and go home, sleep for 4 hours, and then come back. So yeah. Come on. I think I'm close. It's in red damage. Ha-ha! Yay! What did it give me? It gave me a potion of dexterity and a mark of limon. And it dropped the dungeon exit. So, that's good. I have successfully completed a sprite world with this character. And this is my first one with this character. So that's good. Took quite a while. I think I could have done it faster if I had been more familiar with, if I'd done one of these more recently. Alright. I haven't done a complete clear on the dungeon yet. There are still rooms that I haven't emptied out. So I'm going to be working on that, but The important thing is defeating the boss monster and exiting from the portal that drops when the boss monster is killed. All right. So I just have to not die to any of the other monsters in here. And exit out the correct portal. There are two portals. One is called the Portal of Cowardice, which is there from when you start up. So have I done the whole dungeon now? I believe so. Alright, where was that? It's around here somewhere. There it is. The exit portal. The Glowing Realm portal. Woohoo! I'm going to say good night, Kevin. I hope you have a good stream. I will speak with you tomorrow. Well, thank you very much, Shayna, for coming in. I very much appreciate it. And if I haven't said it before, if you are watching this stream and you are not following Shayna, Amazulu Gaming that is, you should do so. She is a great streamer and I enjoy her streams very much. And she's a great person. So go follow her. What am I at? About 2 hours for streaming. I will probably stream for 1 more hour. Then I'll have to get ready for my other stream. In case people are watching this don't know. At approximately, setup is kind of weird and time consuming for it, at approximately 7:30 tonight, Central Time, Central Daylight Time. So in about 3 hours and 20 minutes, I will be streaming my tabletop role-playing group. I am the game master. We play Spirit of the Century, which is set in the 1920s, and the characters are pulp action heroes. So, a variety of different kinds, but one of the players plays someone who is loosely based on The Shadow, which people might have heard of The Shadow before. For a while, for a few years, this campaign has been going for like a decade, but for a few years I had gotten burned out on game mastering, and I stopped game mastering and then went and created a character and played in the campaign. One of the other players game mastered, and my character was an expert in espionage and counter-espionage, who is a man of 1,000 faces sort of person, so always able to disguise himself. And so on. Anyway, that is later tonight, but I wanted to get a Realm of the Mad God stream in here this afternoon to sort of make up for the fact that I didn't stream on Sunday, even though I had been planning on it. Ooh, dragon egg. Ooh, 2 dragons in the 1 egg. One older than the other, which is a little weird, but or at least bigger than the other. I suppose you could say that they were the same age, just different sizes. What do you have? Oh, a T3 ring. Well, not useless, but not what I want. It's another T3 Wakazashi. Alright, you guys are annoying. There's a lot of you. Wow. Ooh, the lesser god dropped a purple bag. What does it have? Another T3 ring that I don't want. Okay. What do you have? A T3 cloak. Do not want. Not even going to pick you up. Will always be watching if I'm awake. Daw, you are a great person too. Well, I'm glad you think so at least. I don't think of myself as that great of a person, but I try. I'm also trying sometimes, but I do try to be the best that I can be. I make mistakes, but I try to learn from them and get better. T7 wand. I don't think I need that, but I'm going to pick it up anyway. But thank you very much, Shayna, for the compliment. Oh, is this another graveyard? I might be going to another Battle of the Immortals. That should bore the snot out of everyone. If I find another Kage Kame in here. Whoa, Medusa! That's not a Kage Kame. Well, it dropped a snake pit. Not that exciting. But hey, let's solo a snake pit. Ooh. Alright. I like soloing snake pits. I probably shouldn't be doing this when I have so much treasure and so few empty slots, but whatever. Oh, that's interesting. It doesn't usually do something like that where there's like a pillar or whatever you want to say that is. An extra spot of non-destructible wall. This sort of stuff is destructible wall, destroyable wall. This is a boring room filled with these tiny snakes. Okay, so I am going to go this way. And there is method to my madness here. This sort of weaving pattern means that the snakes are vastly less likely to follow me. And, ooh, and also their shots won't keep hitting me. Alright, so I've taken out all of the big snakes in this room. All that are left are these tiny, stupid snakes. Alright. all of the big snakes again, and snake oil, which isn't as bad as it sounds. I know the term snake oil is used for things that people claim will cure you, but don't actually do anything good for you. But in this case, snake oil will heal you for 100 points, and also heal everybody around you for 100 points. Is this another room filled with tiny, stupid snakes? Yes, you can't actually clear these rooms, because these grate things, the things that kind of look like grates, produce these tiny snakes. So you kill them all, and they just keep coming back through the production of the grates. But so it's pointless to try and actually clear, in the sense of kill all the monsters in a snake pit. You can kill these kinds of snakes. The bigger and medium-sized snakes will die and not get reproduced. But those tiny little snakes, it's pointless to kill them. A tier 2 ring of greater attack. Totally not something I need. I mean, I already have, just sitting in my inventory, a ring of tier 3 ring of attack. And I know I'm not being attacked from this room, but I'm doing this so that I have a retreat path in case I need to leave the room that I'm coming into here. Oh. So there are a lot of monsters in this game where this sort of circling pattern works to kill them. The snakes, the bigger snakes, are chief among those. They really are great at firing where you are. So standing still against them is very bad, but if you circle them like that, like I was just doing, they are always firing where you were. Though I found that my character right now is so speedy that... Oh, it's the boss room. My character is so speedy that I can go around and actually run through the area where they were firing at me and still get hits. So that's, you know, less good. But now the general idea of this room is don't attack Stheno, the boss there, when all those tiny little green snakes, she's got phases too, but don't attack her when she's got all those snakes around her, because they sort of provide a barrier and you're not going to hit her. But, and she just reproduces them. So if you kill that tiny snake there, that tiny green, well, slightly bigger than the smallest green snake. If you kill that snake there, Stheno will just reproduce. She'll just make more of them. But, but my wand is penetrating. It goes through opponents and will damage opponents behind them. Okay, I really want that, so I am going to throw away this. And I don't have any snake eye rings. I'm going to throw... I don't need this. I'm going to throw that away too. And I want this not for this character because he cannot benefit from them anymore, but I have other characters. So I haven't maxed speed on all of them. And hey, I might play with Shayna at one point, and she might want a speed potion. Who knows? I think these guys can actually drop something worthwhile. The guards, whatever you want to call them. So, while I have killed the boss monster, I said boss monster for this dungeon and can just exit, I want to see if there's a treasure room. There sometimes is a room called a treasure room, and the boss of that can also drop speed potions. Alright, so not that way at least. Which way did I go? This way. Pretty sure I haven't explored all of the directions possible yet. So in this stream I have successfully soloed a spider, what is it, den? A snake pit? And a sprite world. Yeah, these medium-sized ones are not quite as susceptible to the circling. The really big snakes, I know I almost said spider there, it's because I was talking about the spider's den. But the really big snakes are the ones that are very effectively fought by just circling around them. They'll group up in the middle and constantly shoot where you were. Yes, these guys. So it's a very good tactic against them. T6 sword I do not need. Alright, so where else can I go? I am right there. Yeah, you see me taking tons of damage there, but it's so each attack is so wimpy with my current armor situation that I don't really have to worry about it. No, come on, that way. Thank you. Oh, this is a way to go. All right, whoa. Purple bag drop from the snake that is often snake oil, which is, as I said, useful, or can be useful. What's this? A T2 ring. Nope. T6 sword. Nope. Snake oil. But, I don't think it's more... Yeah, shut up. I don't think it's more useful than what I already have, so... Yeah, not all snake pits will have a treasure room. They all have a boss room with a steno that, yeah, as I said, I do not really want to drop any of my current treasure to get a snake oil. I'm willing to drop it to get a speed potion, a potion of speed, whatever it's called, the potion that increases your speed stat, but not for just general stuff. To get that, I need to find... Come on, die. There we are. I need to find the treasure room, because none of these other creatures will drop one of those. Just the boss of the treasure room, if there is one. If there's a treasure room, there will be a boss, but there might not be a treasure room. Okay. Back to the original room, the room that I started in. Let's see what we get off of here. What's this? Snake oil. Well, normally, if I wasn't so full of stuff, I would pick up snake oils and go take them and drop them in the either put them in my vault or drop them in the Nexus. But not this time. And yeah, the circling works even better with this wand because I just fire through the whole mass of them and I hit a whole bunch of them. Alright, well, I think I have completed this snake pit and not found the treasure room or a treasure room, because there obviously is not a treasure room. So I will exit the snake pit through the victory portal, the realm portal. And then I am going to go back to the Nexus, and I will be right back. I am not done yet. Okay, I am back. Sorry, I had to take a bathroom break. Alright. I need to go back and do some more inventory management because that's the most exciting thing ever. Note sarcasm. All right. Where do I have... Yeah, I'm going to have to start throwing stuff away. Oh, excuse me. Don't know where that came from. Yeah. Those two tier 3 rings I'm going to toss out in the... Yeah, let's go out here and dump a couple of tier 3 rings. Yes. People who've been playing a while will be like, why would anyone want those? Well, I mean, starting characters might. And this snake oil, get rid of that. Oh. Well, I don't need this speed sprout, so I'm going to dump that too. Once again, somebody might want one, but not me. And yeah, once I get 8 of those, it's possible to redeem them in here. There's sometimes there's what they call a quest for those. 8 of them, I believe, is the number that you need. And you can get stuff. Sometimes good stuff. Alright, so let's see. Yeah, this is a fusion of defense. Maybe I should start carrying that. And I can put that in that slot. What do I have here? Oh, this is kind of tempted to... No, that was nothing. There, like that. Kind of tempted to pay them more just so I can open up more chests here. But inventory management is always a problem. +3 attack, +3 speed. The only problem is I can't give that away. It's untiered. It is soulbound, as it says. If you look in the description, just under +3 attack, +3 speed, it says soulbound. So I can't give that to somebody else. Its feed power is 200, which is not that impressive. So I wouldn't be saving it to feed to my pets, or one of my pets. I want to keep all that stuff. This, I haven't shown this chest, but this, I was doing a new player experience series of videos for YouTube, and so I kept specifically those things that I got from that new character that I started. I started a wizard, didn't accept any items from anyone, and just played the way I play. And then I got onto a priest. But so this is the best equipment that series of characters accumulated. Just in case I go back and decide to do more of that video series. I can't use these. Potion of dexterity. My dexterity isn't maxed, is it? No. So I think I am going to just yeah, I'm going to just take this potion. And now my dexterity is 52. Yay! I still have these 2 speed potions, and I don't want to get rid of the speed potions. Now I'm going to put these 2 here. And yeah, there are other things that you can do in the quest room for tokens of other kinds. I should look and see what quests are in here. What does the Tinkerer want? Smite the Undead. So 2 marks of Septavius, 2 marks of Ruthven, and 2 marks of Skull. Lord Ruthven is the boss of the Manor of the Immortals, the dungeon that I didn't finish. Undead Lair. I haven't gone into an Undead Lair in a very long time. Obtained by defeating the Ghost of Skuld in the Haunted Cemetery. I haven't done that in a long time either. What's this? The Bee Queen. Defeat the killer Bee Queen in the nest. Scout the Abyss. No. Master. Defeat the Puppet Master. I don't think I've ever... No, I went into a Puppet Master's theater once, I think. Archdemon. Defeat Malphas the Archdemon in the Abyss of Demons. Nope. I have none of these, I'm pretty sure. So, yay. Quest refresh in 2 hours and 20 minutes. Good to know. Alright. So none of the tokens that I have are useful there. So I can't get rid of tokens in that way. And my nose is all itchy. You know, it feels bad to throw away an untiered item that's like +3 on something and +3 on something else and has 200 feed power, but I really don't need this. I am just going to toss it. I mean, I'd toss it in the Nexus if it wasn't soulbound, which means that I'm the only one who can use it or see it. These are soulbound as well, and really only useful for those quests. I do not need to have this tier 7 dagger in here, do I? Tier 7 is like the very lowest weapon and armor that I'm willing to dump in the Nexus, in the hopes that some starting character might want it. Anything less, and nope, not really worth it. You can probably get something better than that if you're playing with people in your first day of play. The weird way that I play, obviously I played for more than a day and got not even close to that. Well, there's a tier 7 sword, but those are actually easy to get comparatively in this game. So what else do I want to get rid of? Wow, I wish I had better heavy armor. I don't know why. I mean, I've got medium armor that's tier 9 and robes, which are the armor for wizards, priests, necromancers, mystics, and sorcerers. That's tier 9. But my heavy armor, I just used it all the good stuff up, I guess. Did I have? Yeah. I am going to drop that in the Nexus. Alright, if somebody wants a tier 4 Paladin seal, Well, that's the kind of stuff I've been dropping in the Nexus, actually. Oh, there's a Tier 4 defense ring. That's nice. I mean, my Tier 4 ring is Vitality. I could use a Tier 4 defense ring, I'm sure. I've got a bunch of Tier 3 defense rings. But, yeah. So that was a nice bit of drop that person was doing in the Nexus. I'm sure many people will turn their noses up at it and so on and so forth. But what is that? That's the Lord of the Lost Lands. He is tough and nasty. So I'm heading in his direction just because I figure that will at least get me to the Midlands, if not the Highlands, or even the Godlands. I don't think he hangs out in the Godlands, but I'm looking for just, tougher monsters, not for the Lord of the Lost Lands himself. I hate those gray blob things. I've actually been killed by them. They tend to rush up to you and then explode. And so if a whole lot of them do that at once, and you're not doing too well, you've just been in a big fight or something, they can kill you. They have killed me. Hey, look, it's a sprite. Like you might have seen recently in the Sprite World dungeon that I solo cleared. What trickery is this? My Lord of the Lost Lands was invincible! Guess not, dude. Nope. Nope. All right. I'm trying to remember the name of the dungeon that this Ent Ancient can drop. Is it Mystic Woods, maybe? Mystery Woods? I don't know. Doesn't seem to drop it very often, though. Now, this guy is a hornet or a wasp. He will very frequently drop an entrance to a dungeon called the Hive. He didn't this time, unfortunately, which is a nice dungeon. Sort of easier. What did you drop? A Tier 3... what is that called? A Tier 3... Quiver! That's it. Another stupid sprite. Which is the ability item for archers. Now, Ghost King, I'm certainly willing to try and solo kill, as opposed to a Lord of the Lost Lands, that would be suicide for me to try and kill solo. But this guy that it's pointing me at is kind of tough, mainly because he has a bunch of helper monsters that are kind of tough. So I'm certainly willing to try and kill him. If I can get to him before, say, the person who's up ahead of me does. Bichet died at level 20, killed by a gray satellite. Yes, those gray blobs, that's what they're called, I think, is gray satellites. Or maybe not. Maybe that's something else. I don't know. So yes, there was somebody who rushed by me and rushed ahead, and I think he was going to that Ghost King, because the Ghost King just disappeared. The Shatters has been discovered. Well, good for whoever discovered the Shatters. I'm not going there. Yes, this is a different monster. There's like a wasp and a hornet, or the two different kinds of things that look very similar. Oh, it's an Urgle. Please kill him before I get lag killed. Alright. That's not useful. Yes, in addition to... I mean lag kicked. I said lag kill. I meant lag kicked. In addition to causing horrible lag, those lines do effects like armor broken, which was one of the effects that just happened to me. Just another reason to hate Urgles. Alright, so this is the place where probably that Ghost King was. Gray Blob. That's right, that's what those are called. I don't know what a gray satellite is then. That somebody else got killed by. So yes, we're in the Highlands now. These are all Highland monsters that we're running into. We can wander around until we find the Godlands, though that green thing that I just killed is a lesser god and is what produces these black things. Ooh, a T7 robe. No thanks. Oh, I should pick it up just in case I find a chest somewhere I can drop it in. I like doing that. Oh, another one of these, a lesser god. It's a reptile god, I think. Nope, don't need either of those things. Ah, there's another one of you. You can see why it's called a lesser god, because, wow, I killed it really fast. T5, T4, no. Hey, it's another one with 2 dragons in it. I kind of think of that as being sort of a rare occurrence, but I guess not. I haven't found one with a full-sized dragon in it yet. I mean, this session or recently. Obviously, in the entire time I've been playing, I found several of them. Well, I don't think that's truly obvious, but it is to me. Purple bag, what do you got? T3 ring. Well, I will pick it up if I have room. Alright, do I have room in my backpack? Yes, I do. Okay. So if you look on the map there, there's a white area. That is often an indicator of Godlands. So we might be near a bunch of gods. Or we might just be near a castle for... Oh! Tier 3... Oh, it's another snake pit. I don't really feel like doing another snake pit today. Another tier 3 ring. So I am going to ignore that. And I'm going to drop some stuff off in this chest, just in case somebody comes by later, like this person, and wants the stuff from the chest. Alright. These monsters are kind of weird. The thing with the brown headband sort of commands them. So, oh, it's another Urgle. I hate you, Urgle. Haha! So my connection must be much better today than it has been in the past, because I seem to be killing Urgles, which I usually get lag kicked for. Alright, now please go away, stupid spheres. A T3 neutralization orb and a spider den. No, I don't feel like doing another spider den. Whoa! We have found the Godlands. The green shots, not these blue shots that you see a lot of, but the green shots were from a god. The Medusa. There it is! Well, that was not that exciting. Oh, and it's another Urgle, because that's what I wanted more of. Go away, spheres. Do not lag kick me, please. Thank you. Another T3 ring, which we don't need. Alright, I ran into one god. Where's the rest of the gods? Oh, there they are. So yes, gods can drop stat potions, which is the reason to chase after them. Oh, well, he dropped something. They can also drop... that is a Tier 4 poison, which is used by the assassin character class as an ability item. Alright, Abyss of Demons. I do not feel that I am ready to go after an Abyss of Demons, and I'm probably ending stream very soon, so I'm not going in there. But, yeah, there's a lot of gods out here. And I think I might have said earlier in the stream, I'm pretty good against one god at a time, but when you get into groups like this, not as good. Alright. Okay, you dropped a purple bag, which is a T8 armor, and I was just complaining about not having any good armor. Alright, there's something over here that was shooting at me. So the strategy is to try and draw individual gods off. When you're not tough enough to take out all these gods at once. As I am not. Oh. Where'd he go? Alright. Oh, that's a weird set of gods. 3 of them, they heal each other. And, so killing them is really tough. There's a class called the Mystic, I think it's the Mystic, which can paralyze opponents. Kind of. That sounded like a good drop. A T8 sword, maybe. Alright, so I am nearing the end of my stream. I would just like to say that if you have been watching this stream and you have enjoyed it, please, on Twitch, if you've been watching this stream on Twitch and you haven't enjoyed it, please give me a follow on Twitch. If you're watching it later after I've uploaded it to YouTube and you enjoyed it, subscribe to my channel and click that like button. If you're watching it on YouTube and you didn't enjoy it, well, click the dislike button, I guess. Either way, please leave a comment letting me know what you did or did not like about this stream. Anything there I want? Nope. My next stream, as I said, will be at 7:30 tonight, Central Time, 7:30 Central Time. I will be streaming my tabletop role-playing group. We will be playing Spirit of the Century. So I hope to see many of you then in stream. Otherwise, have a good day. Whoa, more gods. Let's run away. And thank you for being here. Bye.